So Alex Gear Aegis Concerto of Simulatrix is a game I received from Keymailer as a free copy to go ahead and do a review, and I'm going to go ahead and do that now with you guys here on the channel. So, I didn't know anything about this game going into it, to be honest. I didn't know it had an anime, I didn't know there was a phone game, I didn't know anything else about this. I was just like, mech suits, space fights, awesome, I'm in. And then the character list, the actress list shows up, and it shows that each of the characters has their own weapon style and their fighting style with their weapons. But even in that, all the weapons are customizable between the characters. You can make your character use the sniper if the character even usually uses dual weapons, and you can change their melee weapon. Like, the amount of combinations in this game is actually pretty cool. And what I did for my initial playthrough, what I did was keep the character with her original weapon, her original melee weapon, and her original legs, just to see if I could feel out if I liked her as she was, or if she needed to change for my future playthroughs. But choosing your weapon goes so in depth when it changes a lot of your things when it comes to your ability to boost, your ability to dodge, your ability to block, how your weapon pierces shields, if your weapon can pierce shields. There's so much depth when it comes to the combat in this game. And then not even speaking of just the combat itself, the combat in this game is so fast paced and ridiculously fun. And it definitely can be enjoyed by people who are of high skill level or low skill level. If you're just getting into the game, you can always hit the practice room and beat up the dummy and learn how to do your combos, as well as learning what moves go together, how to dodge, how to block, and how to parry, which I suck at parrying, but parrying in this game, it made it a lot easier for me. But to unlock the customizables, you have to go through the story mode, which is filled with a bunch of little cutscenes where you meet your character, you meet people around the characters in their lives and learn more about the characters' lives. Then you head to this grid type setting where you can choose your path. So on one path you may decide you want to fight continuously all the way to the end, or you can take another path where you fight one day and you relax another day and get a treasure or get a reward for just relaxing. And there are multiple paths going along this grid, and that just makes it a lot more fun because you learn that this is more about your choice. Now in the very beginning it does start off to where you kind of have to fight your first fight. But going on from there, the grid system is pretty self-explanatory. There's treasure chests on the grid, there's fighting symbols on the grid. The elements that you see are based on the elements that the enemy is, and you pretty much have to combat against that element unless you're just going to straight up overskill that person. But getting back to the combat in this game is phenomenal. Like, I haven't had combat like this since Armored Core, what was it, Armored Core 5. Honestly, Armored Core 5, yes. Or Morikumo, like either one of those high-speed mech games, this is what this brings me back to, in having high-speed combat with abilities like this, and just being able to rush your opponent and fight to your heart's content, pretty much is how I felt about this. And I honestly like the fact that you can do what you wanted to. You could even just go into the training room and beat up on another dummy, or challenge your friends to a fight. Which incidentally, because this was a review copy, I didn't have any friends that had the game at the time. Hopefully one of them will be able to pick it up soon, and I'll be able to fight them then. Now the one turn off about the game was that the game was just littered with a bunch of little high school girls. And the outfits they kind of wore were kind of very risque sometimes. But you don't really have control over that. Like when it comes to the story-wise, when it comes to the cutscenes, you can just control the outfit that you wear while you're fighting. And that's okay enough for me, I guess, when it comes to just playing the game and enjoying the game's aspect. But if anything I would change would be the outfits that they have throughout the story, where it kind of just made me just want to kind of skip the dialogue and not even partake in the dialogue for that portion of the story. Because as far as my understanding, these look like little girls. They might be grown adults, but they're portrayed as little girls, and I don't want to view them that way. But as for Alex Gear Aegis, I give it a decent 6 out of 10. It is a pretty fun game, like I said. The customizable options in the game are pretty fun. The online options for the game, I didn't get to try out because, like I said, I got the game before it was actually released. And so I didn't get a chance to fight anybody online because no one else would be able to queue in to my fights. But as much as I could enjoy at the time, which was playing through the game, enjoying the battling, learning from what I can from the parts of the story I did read, and then customizing the actress that I was using, it was fun. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I say, this one's 6 out of 10 for me. If you do like this type of game where it's just like kind of giant robot space battles, kind of really not really giant robot because they're in just mech armor and legs, but you know what I mean. If you are into the mech battle style games, this would be definitely a game for you to pick up. If you can get around the other things in the game, of course, like I said. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's been forever. Peace.
何言っちゃってるのよ、もうアンナは。
何にも言ってません。